Well, Knnichiwa. Good morning to you all. So this will be my review for Bleach chapter 544 called Walking with Watchers. So this chapter, well, the first part basically Google decided to show us more about what Van der Reich is thinking about the choosing of Uryu Ishida as a successor to Hashwald, Juha, and and we actually see at the start of the chapter one of the reasons or the main reason why uh, well, the main reason probably not, but one of the motives that led Juha to appointing Uryu as a successor, because Uryu at the start was also thinking about it, and he asked Juha why did he appoint him as a successor, because that will bring disorder into the Van der Reich and into his army, and Ashford, Juha, kinda asked, so let me ask you, why do you think that I call you the last one alive? And then he goes on explaining that it was supposed not to Uryu be alive after all, because after that Ashwald 9 years ago, all the mixed blood quincies were supposed to be killed or were supposed to be dead. And apparently, the one that survived was Uryu, and that apparently led Juha to believe that the powers of Uryu are far more greater than he thinks and are very apparently close or could be very close in power to the powers of Juha himself. So apparently that's one of the, I will not say the main reason, because it's probably that's not the main reason, because later we do know or see Ashfald with a Quincy girl or Quincy woman in his room, or a woman was kinda expecting him. That was very similar to the situation with Ryuken and Katagiri. And so this parallel could imply something that Ashford in some way could he be related with the Shida family? Uh, I'll say I don't know, because these parallels usually when Kubo does these kind of parallels, they always have a meaning behind it. So, but Ashwald does explain that even if Uryu does not understand the reasons behind Juan, uh, he will have no other choice left than be loyal and follow Jua. So during this small talk, it was also because it's not only the answer that Jua gave Uryu about he being the last mixed blood quincy that remained after the Ashwalan, the holy selection, but also there are other reasons behind that, and kinda Ashwald alludes to that, but he does not go into details. The most important aspect of Ashwald at this point is for me is the parallel between Katagiri and Ryuken, and Ashwald and this girl that was waiting him. So I do wonder about it. So, and then we have Bambietta, and well, she's a psycho, basically, because she kind of grabs a no-name servant and kind of says, "Yeah, came to my room. I want to do it now." So I will assume that she was referring to intimate stuff. But no, apparently, when the guy was in the rooms, she kinda cut him in half, killing him. So, yeah. Bambietta is a quite psychotic girl. And then we have the introduction of more stern readers, and I will call this groupie the lesbo groupie because it's all girls. Probably with strange tastes from what I did understand what they are saying. All of them have very strange and peculiar tastes about what to do. So the girls that were introduced as Stern Readers were Stern Reader Guy, Lil Toto Lampert, okay, Stern Reader P, Maninas McCallum, okay, Stern Reader T, Candice Catnip, right, and Stern Reader Z, Giselle Givelle. And apparently they are all friends and rivals with Gambetta, or they all know each other, and apparently they hang out in a group. So, well, if all these girls have the same psychopathic situations like Bambietta, well, yeah, the Shinigami are very, very, very screwed in the future if they cross them over. But apparently then Bambietta goes explaining that she basically is killing no-name Sternritters because she is concerned about the future of the Vanden Reich. Yeah, right, right. So this is the kind of girl that you don't get or you don't want to be involved with because eventually you will be dead. In the end, you end up being killed. In any case, well, we have more letters. So, and then the final parts of the chapter, we see a panel. I don't know if it's Wekomundo, if it's the human world, but I will go and say that it's probably in Wekomundo. And we see a small panel on the last part of one of the last pages, and kind of black sky and moon and so on, and kind of a barren and desert land. So this kind of, in my opinion, is probably Wekomundo. And then we see Orihime appearing, and she comes with a strange stuff that I guess it was made by Urahara, and basically she is looking for Sado, and she arrived at some place called the Negal Ruins that I will assume is inside Wikomundo. And then we see Sado greeting her, and we see behind Sado we see a pair of legs. So I will assume that with a small detail on the trousers, in a way that probably that guy that is on the shadow is Grimjo. So this implies that Orihime, Sado, and now probably Grimjo are making a team and are also training. It's quite possible. So nonetheless, then apparently they enter in the cave or in the ruins, and we see. I think it's Urahara that is there and is kinda analyzing some stuff. It kinda looks like a seal. I don't know. It kinda looks like a seal something. But Urahara is there, and that's basically the end of the chapter. So that's well, okay. We do see the continuation of reactions inside the Vandenreich. I was not unhappy about it. Um, we learn one of the reasons why Juha did appointed Uryu as his successor because supposedly Uryu was supposed to be killed or dead 9 years ago, but he was not. But that brings new questions. So why he is not killed? Did the Katagiri in a way protected him? It was the power of Ryuken that eventually protected Uryu. It's the own power of Uryu, or even Soken, that protected Uryu from dying from the Hashwald. What's the stuff behind he being the only one mixed Quincy that was unable to survive the Hashwald of Juha? And I guess there are other reasons because Hashwald does says that he, even if he does understand the true reasons behind the choice of Juha, he will have no other option than serve Juha and be loyal to Juha. And that, even if it's very superficial, in my opinion, kinda implies that there are other motives, other reasons because of that. So, in a way, this continues to be a plot hole, but it's not a complete plot hole now. And also, it clarifies a lot of doubts that were appearing on last chapter about what is the meaning behind the words of Chu saying that Ishida is the last Quincy survivor or the last Quincy alive. So I guess that is now explained, and it was not, well, it's far-fetched, but not so far-fetched as some videos I watched that presented several options. So basically, apparently, Uryu Ishida is the only mixed blood Quincy still alive in the world. So this also implies, in my opinion, that all the Vandenreich or all the Sternritters are pure blood Quincies. I will assume that. I know that there is a theory going around saying that they might be full bringers with Quincy powers. Um, I rather I rather doubt it. I might be wrong, but I rather doubt it very much. Uh, Nonetheless, I will assume that all the Sternrators were pure blood Quincies or are a result of some experiment that increased his powers. Um, or let's say in this way. You do remember that Aizen used Ogyoku to kinda change Olos and others into something else, into a more perfect form, correct? So what if in the Quincy's that all these scriptures that Juha was talking with Uryu on last chapter, all the stern readers didn't read that holy scriptures, and based on that, they kinda these scripts kinda have a similar effect with like the Ogyoku that change the Quincy that reads it or that uses it into something else. and it allows the Quincy to kind of manifest some type of powers that are not very usual in Quincy's. And the strange appearance of some Quincy's could be a secondary effect of using that script. Maybe, eventually, that could be an explanation, I guess. So, yes, this is my review for Bleach 544. Hope you enjoy. Stay well, peace, and like always, if you have your own ideas, thoughts, please post your comments below. So stay well, peace, see you soon.